When you become humble, it gives you credibility. Vinayam dadati patratam. Once you have credibility, patratam dhanam apnoti, you will get money. By the way, don't let anyone tell you money is a bad word. It's a very important word. But use it rightly. You must make money so that you can help people. Dr. Narayana Murthy would say that what is the most wonderful thing that has happened to us when we make money is we were able to help others. The dhanam gives you then Aishwaryam and Sukham if used in a dharmic way. So my first thing to you is be humble. Just because you have an MBBS, that doesn't mean you are superior to the nurse. You're superior to the ward boy. You're superior to the nutritionist. Or you're superior to your patients. You exist to serve the patient. But don't think think that you're MBBS. Do not think you're GOD. That is very important. Many of us doctors get a God complex. So my first message to you is be humble. My second message is to remember the name of your college. What is the name of your college? I think our students drink coffee, but anyway. It's named after, most of you are 23, 24 years old, right? At 23, 24 years of age, in this very part, there was a man who terrorized the British, who created dalams, who created armies, who took on the might of the British. In 26 years, he was martyred. And that's Alluri Sitaramaraju. And what did he do it for? Nothing else, his motherland. Although Rama did not say it, there's only one place where he says it. Although everybody thinks Rama said it. But I will use it because it's very beautiful. It is said that Lakshmana said, this is so beautiful, Lanka is very beautiful. Everything is wonderful here, why not you stay here and rule? It is Kubera's land. And Rama says, I am narochate Lanka, Lakshmana. Janani janma bhumischa, swarghadapi gariyasi. When I came back from the US, everybody, including my brother-in-law, told me I am a madman. I had a faculty position. I had I was reasonably somebody that people wanted. And Dr. Baghdad and Dr. Mazzoni, my mentors, told me, Krishna, we'll get you on a tenure track real fast. And everybody told me I was mad. I came back, my first salary was 7,500 rupees. My US contract was at that time, if I had signed a faculty contract, would have been $750,000 a year. But I will tell you something, these 28, 27, 28 years, I would not have had the happiness to be here. Being next to your mother, next to your motherland, is the most wonderful thing in the world. You can go and get education anywhere in the world, but never forget your mother and your motherland. I don't believe in the word service because a lot of times it's misused. But your presence here, helping the patients here, doing the right thing for them, and being there for them is the pinnacle of your education. So I started with humility. Went with mother and motherland. Let me tell you something very interesting that we need to be careful about. Have you heard? You open the newspaper today, you will find, or you go on to social media, or you go on to radio, there will be somebody who's cursing a doctor. Correct? Doctors are attacked everywhere. All of this is happening. But remember that making fun of doctors is not anything new. Nilakanta Dikshita, many centuries ago, wrote this very beautiful Hasya Kavi. He said, Yamaraja Namastubhyam. I hope you understand Sanskrit, I'll translate it. Vaidyaraja Namastubhyam. Yamaraja Sahodaraha. Vaidyaraja Namastubhyam. Yamaraja Sahodaraha. Yamaharanti pranani, tvam pranani dhanani cha. Meaning, oh physician, let me salute you. You are, after all, Yama's brother. Yama is the god of death, right? Yama only takes away my life. You not only take my life away, you also send a bill for it. Isn't it? So, that is the perception in the community. Why? Because some of us forget the reason that we joined this profession. That we take society's respect for us granted. We don't respect professional boundaries. We can always go and blame society, but we can't change society. We can change ourselves. Your teachers, the people who have come before you, the people who you admire, are all role models for you to remain a professional. There's a difference between a professional and a businessman. A businessman, his motive is profit. He can be ethical, but his motive is profit. A professional is there who has taken an oath to say, and you're going to do it today, that I will take care of my patients. And if I don't take care of my patients, society can silence me. That is the word professio means by force. Society can silence you. They have a right to silence you. So don't blame society, change yourself. Next. So I talked about humility, I talked about mother and father, I talked about how to conduct yourself in society. The next important thing is this: respect your colleagues. I promise you, I learned all my ICU care from a Filipino nurse called Myrna. I had a very interesting physician, Dr. Thomas Liao, but I was afraid of him. But today, if I can put in a central line, I can intubate, I can put an arterial line in no time, I can set ventilators and get people out. I'm an endocrinologist, by the way. But I can do all of that because one lady taught me. Right? We learn. Second is, be good to your colleagues. Learn from people. Why? Because even in ancient times, education was never meant to be teacher teaches, it is over. We spend a lifetime in learning. Acharyat padamadatte. Right? Padam shishya swayam yaha. Padam sahabrahmacharinena cha. Padam khala kramaneva cha. Your teacher is going to teach you. All your wonderful teachers that you've seen today, the last 5.5 years, have taught you only 1/4 of the knowledge you need for the rest of your life. The colleagues that you are going to have, the ones you graduate with, who are going to become your cardiology friends, your endocrinology friends, your gynecology friends, your family medicine friends. Some of them will become IAS officers, some of them will become other things. They will teach you Saha Brahmacharya. Some you will have to learn on your own. That is why medical education talks about skills of lifelong learning. Lastly, experience is the most important teacher. For a medical student, let me add the fifth one. The greatest teacher that you will ever have is your patient. The patient will teach you humility, he will put your knowledge down, he will keep you honest, he will keep you right. Always respect your patient, because throughout the rest of your life, your patient is your best teacher. For all the men here, remember, your wife will be a better teacher. Right? Let me also warn you or alert you before I finish about what is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. And it is very important that we prepare for it. Everybody tells you that, you know what, artificial intelligence or machine learning is not going to replace me because the human touch can only be provided by me, right? Is that what everybody told you? I'm telling you, they're telling you wrong. Last year, there were several publications that were done that showed that the artificial intelligence chatbot gained more points on empathy than a doctor. I promise you, this is a true publication from last year. Which means, don't be complacent that you will never be replaced. If you're complacent, you are lost. If you can't beat them, join them. If you haven't learned a programming language, time to learn it. If you haven't learned how to use machine learning in your practice, time to learn it. If you don't like artificial intelligence, it doesn't matter, learn it. If you never spend time learning statistics, remember data science is going to rule for the next 15 years. Our medical education system is horribly inadequate. It has taught you illness. It has not taught you wellness. In the next 10 years, wellness is going to be $1 trillion industry. And certified quacks, glorified nutritionists, and gym trainers are going to run it. If you don't learn nutrition, if you don't learn wellness, you will be left behind. Let me give you the other end of the spectrum. Doctors put down Ayurveda and other specialties as mixopathy. Don't do that. Every knowledge system has its strengths, it has its weaknesses. Learn to respect your colleagues in the alternate system of medicine. Whether you like it or not, you may have 100 patients. Of those 100 patients, 80 of them are already taking an Ayurvedic prescription. They're already taking a complementary medicine drug. You better be aware of it. You better learn about the systems. You better learn to respect the benefits of that system. For example, for back pain, we know that yoga works well. Now, don't wait only for America to take away all your good things and then repackage them. Do you know that 2 years ago, the American College of Cardiology advocated a special procedure called cardiac coherence breathing? Dr. Ramesh will know about it. Do you know what is cardiac coherence breathing? Pranayama. You laughed at it when they taught you pranayama, but when the white man brings it to you, you write a prescription for it. So don't put down our own traditional systems. They have their benefits, they have their risks. As a doctor, you should be aware of it. Learn to work with those colleagues. Learn to know its problems. Learn to know its adverse events. And if necessary, do research on them. I'll give you one example. One of our works is on gut microbiota. Some years ago, we were looking at oral inflammation in diabetes, and we found that levels of oral inflammation were very high. At that time, I had an idea. I wanted to check what would happen. Remember, there are 6 kinds of tooth sticks that have been prescribed in Ayurvedic literature. Right? My interest in Ayurveda started with Professor Valyatan's work. The professor at Sri Chitra Tirunal in Trivandrum. I've read that book, the Ashtanga Hridaya, and it says there are 6 kinds of tooth sticks you have to use. There is neem, there is banyan, there is margosa, a whole bunch of that. But we knew that all the Western people are now starting to copy neem toothpaste. So what we did was, we took the neem stick, made sure that it does not cause enamel rupturing, and gave it to our patients and measured the oral inflammation and oral microbiota. 3 months later, we noticed that their A1Cs had come down. Their inflammation had come down. Their microbiota changed from a very pathogenic to a saprophytic kind of microbiota. What I'm saying is, just because you don't understand something, don't disrespect it. Learn it. So here are my messages, and I'll tell you: be humble, respect your country, respect your patients, live for your patients, and be on the right track. Learn throughout your life. Don't disrespect other systems that your patients may be on it. Lastly, I want you to know something. Throughout your life, the people who are going to be the proudest of you besides your parents are your teachers. Every year, the proudest moment for a teacher is when someone comes and tells him, "Sir, I have become much more bigger than you." There is no one in the world who is going to rejoice that you have overtaken him and become bigger. Everybody will become jealous and try to put you down. The only person who will never be jealous of you, who will always give you the right advice, who will always be available for you wherever you are, and will always tell you that I am so proud of you because you have become so much bigger and better than me, and that is your teacher. And that is why it has been shown that the very look of a teacher, and if a teacher just by his blessings can change the life of you, that is why in this country we worship our teachers as God. The word Guru means the remover of darkness. That is why we say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I'm grateful to my own teachers for making sure, I'm sure they would have been proud that I'm standing in front of you today. I hope your teachers will be proud when you come back here and stand where I am standing and addressing the next generation of students from ASRAM. Hopefully it becomes ASRAM University by then, that they come and they take care of you. I once again congratulate the parents. My special mention to the promoters of ASRAM. Right in Dr. Mrs. Rati Devi Garu, you find an epitome of dedication and simplicity. I was talking about humility, but I think she represents it a lot more. Your illustrious founders, the person after whom this institution is named after, the amazing teachers who are sitting on and off the dais, your wonderful parents who have given you this opportunity that so many people in this country yearn for. I have only one thing for you. Anytime you go forward in life and you think you have to make a decision, let their faces come in front of you. Make sure that you are worthy always in your life. Make yourself worthy as children, as shishyas, as alumni, as citizens, and as doctors of patients. Overall, most importantly, dharmo rakshati rakshataha. You follow the path of dharma, it protects you. So how do you follow the path of dharma? Yudhishthira says, dharmasya artham nihitam guhayam. The path of dharma is like going into a cave. So how do we take care of it? By following the footsteps of the illustrious people who have gone before you. You do that, nothing can go wrong. My wishes for you, my gratefulness to your parents for bringing out such wonderful students, my gratitude to your teachers for bringing out the next generation of doctors, and my blessings to all of you students. May God bless you. Namaste.